Today we're going to be doing third grade worksheet lesson 31. So let's start off with quadrilateral figures. Tell if each figure is a quadrilateral, right? Yes or no. And right here is the description of what a quadrilateral is. And we can see that it has four straight sides and four angles with all closed sides. Question number one. We can see here that by counting out the sides, there's one, two, three, four, five sides, which means it is not a quadrilateral because it needs four sides. So number one is not a quadrilateral. Number two, now this figure is not closed because there's like a space here. And we know that all the sides need to be closed, so it is not a quadrilateral. Number three has one, two, three, four sides and four angles, so it is quadrilateral. Number four, we can see that it does have four straight sides, but there's also these curved angles here, and um the angles need to be all straight, so it is not a quadrilateral. Number five, this is a triangle, and triangles only have three sides, so it is not a quadrilateral. Number six, there's one, two, three, four sides and four angles, so it is a quadrilateral. Now moving on to other names for quadrilaterals. Write names for each quadrilateral. And here is a description of other quadrilaterals. So number one, we can see here that the description of this figure, there's one, two, three, four sides. There's also four angles, and there's four right angles and two pairs of parallel lines. Now, looking at our information, we can see here that this one matches up with it because all the things I just said fits with that category. So number one is a rectangle. Number two, so there's one, two, three, four sides and four angles. There are zero right angles, and there's two pairs of parallel sides. So let's look at our options. Um, it's not a trapezoid because there are no obtuse angles. It's not a square because there's um all the sides aren't equal. It's not a rectangle because there's no right angles. And we're left with parallelograms and rhombuses. And the difference is the amount of equal sides there are. In rhombuses, all the sides need to be equal. And in parallelograms, only two pairs are equal. And in this situation, all the sides aren't equal. We just have two pairs of equal sides. So that would mean it's a parallelogram. Yeah, parallelogram. But on the other hand, number three, we can see here that they all have four sides, but this one, it has two acute angles and two obtuse angles because it goes over 90 degrees. And it has one pair of parallel sides going that way. So it is a trapezoid. Now the last one, number four. So we see that there are two pairs of parallel sides and there's zero right angles and all the sides are equal lengths. Now looking at our descriptions here, it can't be a parallelogram because there's not two pairs, and it is a rhombus because all the sides are equal with two parallel sides. Now moving on to using quadrilaterals. Use the quadrilaterals to answer the questions. Write A, B, C, D, and E. Number one, which quadrilaterals have two pairs of equal sides? So two pairs of equal sides. It can't be C or E because they only have one pair of equal sides going that way. And it can't be D because there's four equal sides. It's not the same thing as having two pairs. We can see here A and B, there are two pairs of equal sides going this way, and this way. So number one, A, B. Number two, which quadrilaterals have no right angles? Um, B and D are rectangles and squares, so we can cross them off because we know they have right angles. E, there are no right angles, so E is one of them. C also has no right angles, and A as well. So number two is A, C, E. Now, number three, which quadrilaterals have two pairs of parallel sides? Again, it can't be C or E. And two pairs of parallel sides. We know that A fits because there's two pairs. And B fits as well because there's two pairs as well. Oh, wait. For number one, it's A, B, A, and D. Sorry. Three is the one where it's A and B. Now, number four. Which quadrilaterals have two or more right angles? That would be the one where it's a square and rectangle, which is B and D. Now, moving on to word problems. Colin drew a quadrilateral with four right angles and two pairs of parallel sides. What could he have drawn? Okay, so let's look at our descriptions of the quadrilaterals above. So it's four right angles and two pairs of parallel sides. Four right angles, we can see that there's four right angles here, but it needs to have two pairs of parallel sides. Two pairs of parallel sides. So we can see here that they both have two pairs of parallel sides. But in this case, it would be a rectangle. He could have drawn a rectangle or square because they both fit in the description. And that's all we're going to do for today.